Ellsworth's eye, on the other hand, remained fixed on distant horizons and grand accomplishments. For years he'd wanted to run the Colorado, but he was unable to convince Emery that such a thing made good business sense. Suddenly, however, a new invention came along that changed everything. The motion picture camera, said Ellsworth, could enable the KOLB brothers to make their mark on the world.
Oh, this is a phone. Is it working?
I don't believe so. No, it's not working. That was a modern phone when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, well, my grandma still has this kind of phone, like you have to do this and stuff. Oh, wow. Ah, this is a protection, yeah? Or what is it for?
It's yeah, to keep the sun from destroying what's in here.
Man, they were living good here. Huh? And it was built by them, or?
It was built by them.
In their second year of business at the Canyon, Emery and Ellsworth built the first part of their studio at the head of Bright Angel Trail.
Gotcha.
A little brochure about it. And downstairs, this has 5 levels.
It has 5 levels?
Oh my god. But they have only 2.
Oh, isn't this interesting?
Well, I know along the history they start like with a little building and then a long time they got extended, like more
Yeah,
and
they
more.
built it. It was in over several iterations.
Please do not touch, oh, of course, not touch. Wow. Imagine the builders like these 2 brows. How can you can build a foundation like next to on the edge of this?
Yeah, how did...
Like you just slip a little.
Yeah, they just...
Goodbye.
That's it.
But the Park Service took this over.
Bar service?
The Park Service took this over. They discovered, they did an engineering study, discovered that it was just sitting here, not anchored to the rock.
Really?
Really.
Just sitting on the rocks?
Just sitting on the rock.
Wow.
Why is not falling down?
I don't think there's ever an earthquake.
Or they changed something in the foundation?
Well, it's sitting below the rim up there, so the really strong winds blew over the top of it. And I imagine if it had been subject to strong winds, it might have.
And what's here? So this is just...
This was probably a bedroom or something.
Yeah, you can see it in the picture here.
That's so cool. So this is just like so people
Hey, little
get
guy.
to see this.
Another bathroom.
This bathroom. Just simply... Oh!
Oh my god, it has another door. And this is the 1 floor down, or not?
Well, it's just,
I don't know.
It's just a step.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's carpet. Here we go. They didn't even need to stay in a hotel. It's already
good.
It's already good, yeah. Oh, little chairs. Man, you can't get lost in this. It's like a labyrinth. Oh wow, what's here?
These are all photographic studio.
They're like printing the photos of the tourists. Okay, who is this guy? Okay, this is a famous photo. It's Teddy Roosevelt in here.
Oh, is it Roosevelt?
Yeah, Roosevelt and John Hance
Yep.
next to him. This was during the night, I think. Or they're like
It does.
doesn't look like that.
Almost looks like an animal there, but I don't think so.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
No, that's a rock, right?
I think so.
Yeah, should someone be cleaning all of this? And this door is locked, okay? Yeah?
I imagine so. I hope so. Yeah, maybe not.
Oh my god! TV!
Oh, that's just storage?
Just storage.
Literally just storage.
Uh-huh. What's this? Like it looks like you put your eyes in it or... No. No, I don't think so.
No, it's photo flat. Regular government number 1. Dry mounting and laminating press. Dry mounting and laminating press. That's what that is.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, this one was this one. Ah, yeah, gotcha. I know about this one.
What's that?
This is where they were making photos of the tourists when they're going with the mules down the river. With the Bright Angel Trail. And it's like it's a very comfortable position. I think it looks like this.
Might be.
Might be, yeah.
I think when they were here, the Bright Angel Trail, this upper part of it was
Yeah.
not the same as it is now.
Ah, they changed the trail?
Yeah.
Why? To be more safer?
Because I've forgotten. A guy named Ralph Cameron, who's the town of Cameron is named after him,
Yeah.
and he was a U.S. senator back then.
Uh-huh.
He owned a mining claim here.
Ah,
He charged $1 a piece for people to go on the Bright Angel Trail.
yeah. It was a lot back in the day.
So the Park Service, they built the South Kaibab Trail and, tried to put him out of business. But
When did that go? For how long did that go on for?
probably, I don't know, 10 years, something like that.
Oh, then I guess he figured it wasn't worth the effort.
He finally got bought out or whatever. By that time, he'd made a bunch of money, and he was a U.S. senator, and of course, U.S. senators make a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Oh, double.
Graft and corruption. He was not known as a particularly honest person.
Damn. Well, he lived that way. He died that way. What's that?
Well, just look. You'll see a lamp or stuff.
There is a lamp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think you can go outside. Okay, gotcha.
Nice. So the mysterious door.
Something else in there.
And that's how they call.
If you go down to Flagstaff,
Yeah.
the Pioneer Museum, which is on Route 180, just past the Museum of Northern Arizona on the left,
Yeah.
they have a huge KOLB exhibit going on through the end of the month. So if you can get down there, it's well worth seeing.
I know there's occasionally you see they have.
Oh, old school photos.
Business is picking up, young fellers, said Lazan on arrival, and we're missing lots of good pictures.
In the big gallery upstairs, there was a kind of a place where he stood up there and spoke, and these are the stairs going up to it.
Can I check or not?
I think it's probably locked, but
Ah, okay.
Good try.
Well, just try.
Yes. Oh, it's not nice.
Oh.
Nah. Oh, that takes you right there.
Ah, yeah. Oh, well, we have been here.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Gotcha. It's like behind the scenes here, you know?
After the big trip, the KOLB brothers expanded their studio and added a small theater in order to show their movie at the canyon. They took turns running the studio, but except for special occasions, they generally begin to go their separate ways.
yeah.
Nice.
We're all locked.
Huh. These windows, they were put here, but what do they need to?
It was put here to let light in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, very detailed analyzing. Why they need windows?
Just the window.
Okay, yeah. Step down.
Step down.
Step down.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Kitchen is in.
This is the kitchen?
Kitchen is in.
Oh, this is the kitchen. Oh my god, look at this
Is
fridge.
that an actual fridge? Does it work?
I doubt it.
Oh my god. Well, it's kind of cold in there.
It's yeah, it had artificial refrigeration instead of being an icebox.
Oh, so was it originally an icebox?
Oh, I'm
Or
sure.
was it?
Yeah, back in the early 1900s, I don't think they had.
This thing is-
Well, it's not ecological to use this anymore because
No.
they get like nitrogen and atmosphere. It's kind of not so good. Oh, I didn't see this one. This is an old school phone.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's a real old phone though.
Like put this on your ear. Hello.
I don't know if that's how that worked.
iPhone
Oh,
minus.
just speak through here, right?
Of course.
That was back.
And you can send a text message, you see?
Yeah, let's see.
Because letters.
One of those phones with a dial.
Oh, I didn't see this one like never, even in my country.
Yeah.
Because my family roots from my father, they lived in the village, so they didn't have phone back in the days.
Yeah.
They started to have phone like almost 1970s. Because in Soviet Union it was like very hard to get a phone in your house.
Yes, I'm sure they didn't want people.
Yeah, all different times. This is like for milk when you eat cereals. This is a
No, I
bowl
think
for
this is
cereals.
a washing thing.
This is yeah.
I'd eat cereal out of that though.
This is how they eat.
It's just,
America, bigger is better.
yeah, I just put all my cereal in there.
Oh, this is for towels. Oh my god, they're
Oh wow, they were ahead of their time.
yeah, they were heavy.
Waxed paper towels. Okay. See, I don't know what.
Baking powder, cigarettes. I'm joking.
Oh, nice. New era scientifically processed potato chips. That's what they call it, scientifically processed?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you say scientifically
Oh,
processed, and
that's
people are
his
like,
wife.
For Emery, the event of the decade was he met the love of his life, Blanche, and got married. They moved into a new tent on the rim. In 1907, their first and only child, Edith, was born. Before Edith was a year old, she'd been to the river and back several times, and Emery's priorities were firmly in order.
What?
Come on,
I
focus.
wouldn't eat that.
Well, which one?
These potato chips. These scientifically processed potato chips.
Oh, potato chips. After Pringles. Huh. Oh wow. Oh no, don't tell me. It's him? This guy? Or not? I'm not sure. I mean, they died in the 70s.
I think.
No, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No, that doesn't look like him.
No, doesn't look like.
No, this looks pretty modern. Probably from their family.
Well, these are Rangers in front.
Oh, yeah, I see. Thomas Edison's. Yeah.
Gramophone.
He got a lot of money from this invention. Because I'm studying electrical engineering and I talked about this invention.
Edison.
Oh, they have a telescope.
Yes.
Like, why not?
They reached the Bright Angel Trail November the 14th and immediately climbed up to their studio on the rim. It turned out that Blanche had been gravely ill for quite some time. Emery took her at once by train to the hospital in Los Angeles, arriving, the doctor said later, not a moment too soon. Blanche came through okay, but it took Emery a month to get back.
Okay, don't touch, of course. Ooh. Okay, it's upside down.
I didn't know there was all of this back here.
I think we...
Yeah, we've been here already.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
We
all
walked
right.
through there.
Well, but wait.
Because I had to, if that door is not open, we can't set the alarm upstairs.
Oh.
So we had a tour group who were here earlier, and they must have closed it.
Oh, this one or this one?
This one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, there's a sensor over there,
Yeah, that one.
which matches the sensor over there.
Oh, so
And if they can't see each other, we can't set the alarm.
Oh,
Oh.
that's awesome.
Epic.
How often do you do tours?
Whenever there's people to take them.
Oh, okay. So sometimes none.
Sometimes none, sometimes 2 or 3 a day.
What's the most you've done in a day? 3?
I have never seen 3, it probably has been, but
I like the furniture though.
they get scheduled on one of the online things and supposed to check in with us when they come in and when they leave, but I don't know whether they check when they left.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, yeah, we're
I'm
good.
glad I came down here.
Yeah, to check this. Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention.
We're back here. Is this back here? Yeah, this is back here. This thing right here, though.
Here are the tourists. Imagine how many photos they had done. Okay. So we've seen all, I think, yeah?
Yep, I
Yeah.
think so. All there is to see. I don't know, there may be another level, but I don't know how to get to it.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's enough. Thanks, Don.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Where's the way out?
Out here.
Yeah. For the bathroom, yeah.
Please. Not an exit, no entry, alarmed. Is this it?
Go. Yeah.
Okay. Oops.
We turned the alarm off.
Okay.
And we have what's called a screamer. I'm gonna turn that up.
Screamer.
A screamer.
Henry's armless signal corps attack in World War I. That is
74, 64, 43. Oh, this was from the army. This was during the World War.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see the uniform.
Yep.
Oh. With the comments and everything.
Well, I don't see the increase of quality of the picture. It's kind of the same.
Yeah. Even at the 70s. Looks fairly similar.
That was just before Emery died. This boat was, they found this in the garage up there
Ah.
with a skeleton in it.
Well, it's so tiny. They were swimming. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, it's him. How did they? I mean, the Colorado River is kind of intense rivers. One kick of the rock and you're done.
Nowadays.
Well,
A portable boat. Ah, okay, that makes
easy
sense.
enough to repair.
Yeah, yeah.
On Christmas Eve, they got to Waltenberg Rapid, and Lazan took up his customary position downstream with rope in hand. When Emery punched a hole in his boat, and Ellsworth was thrown from his, Luzon saved the day by diving into fast, frigid water and swimming out to the Defiance to row her in. "Business is picking up, young fellers," said Luzon on arrival, "and we're missing lots of good pictures." They pressed on like
Apparently there's a skeleton in it
Yeah.
that they just like to play with every once in a while.
Well, it was just sitting in the boat in the garage. I don't know.
With the skeleton in it.
They think that Emery was, he was part of a Coconino coroner's office, so they
Who
think
is-
that's where he got it.
Who is Coconino?
Coconino is this county.
Oh, okay.
County?
There's the United States,
Yeah,
the individual states.
yeah.
Within the states, there are counties. within the counties or cities and towns. And so this is Coconino County here.
Yeah, it's like
Goes
that.
up from the Utah border down south of Flagstaff.
Uh-huh.
Last name. Makes sense.
I see.
Alright. Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Oh, I think we came out.
Yeah. I did a 22 minutes video. I'll have to edit.
Oh yeah. For sure.
A KOLB movie camera. Oh wow.
I wonder if someone who spoke religious languages, I don't know if it's Chinese, but I wonder if they came through here once because they couldn't read it, so they're like, yeah, we need to put this.
Emergency exit, don't dial.
Boom.
In the studio, April 15, 1915. So far as we can learn, it's the longest one-stand show in the world. The way the situation is now, I can live here on the edge of the canyon in my studio and run the business as long as I live. But when I die, the contract ceases. I asked the superintendent of the park what would be done with the studio. "Oh, I'll tear it down," he said. And now there's a law where they can't tear down a building that's over 50 years old. This one is much over 50 years in the front part. This part right here is just 49 years old. So I have another year to live to hold the studio.
Yeah, they're doing great, actually, not bad. I don't know where they got the money from to build this house.
Oh, they have.
Oh, actually, yeah, from selling pictures, yeah. Oh, look at the evolution of KOLB Studio. You see?
Oh, that's how. Oh, I just started like that. Then in 1914.
10 years.
In 1924.
And build the roof on the roof.
Bright Angel Toll.
You are here. Yeah, it's him. I got on the internet. Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
Teddy himself.
Teddy.
And this is he's the main guy.
The
speaking,
KOLB?
like hey guys, look. I discovered selfie, so yeah.
I discovered the Grand Canyon. They were young.
Young and wild and ambitious.
And
Oh,
then they
what's
grew
this?
old. You can see different pictures of them as they grew old.
Emery immediately took the show on the road. He lectured in Los Angeles, then went back east. He made it onto the stage of the Carnegie Music Hall after all, and the lecture was a hit. Movies were a wonder then, and this one played to packed houses wherever it went. In Chicago, Emery caught the eye of Dr. Alexander Graham Bell and his son-in-law, Dr. Gilbert Grosvenor, the head of the National Geographic Society. This led to almost an entire issue of the magazine being devoted to the big trip.
Ah, okay, projector. Okay.
Emery made it, not by much, but today, decades later, KOLB Studio is well protected by the National Park Service and the National Historic Register. The studio still houses a friendly gift shop full of canyon artwork. The theater has been converted to a space for traveling exhibits. The KOLB brothers' films and photos are still displayed. In its own way, the longest one-stand show still goes on.
He did a lot of geology stuff throughout the river systems of the Southwest. And one part of what he did was down here. And he hired a guy named Emery KOLB to be his lead boatman. You guys actually on your hike down past the KOLB Studio. I don't know if you remember, it's kind of overhanging studio over into the cliff wall, or over the cliff wall right at the top of the canyon. Funny story about the Cole brothers, they've actually been down here a long time. And one brother came out, was headed his way to California, and then saw the Grand Canyon and was like, ooh, this is where we can make it. And they were photographers, so he said, called his other brother. It was actually Ellsworth who came first, and then Emery called him up and said, get out here, then we'll make a bunch of money taking pictures of people riding funny mules down into the canyon. And they actually, do you remember Indian Gardens? Mm-hmm. So they took the pictures at the rim, they ran to Indian Gardens to develop them in the water, because that was the only water that was there, and ran back out and beat the people that rode the mules down and out each day to give them their pictures at the end of the day. Lord. Every single day, down and out, down and out.
Just the two of them?
Just the two of them. Oh, and Ellsworth, or Emery had a wife, so the three of them.